You don't need to eat more to build a better body. You need to eat smarter. Imagine your day becoming lighter and more effortless. No more splitting your meals into 5 or 6 portions. No more constantly thinking, what's next to eat? No more mindless snacking. Instead, you focus on a single meal, complete, intentional, and high quality. That's OMAD, one meal a day, a minimalist yet powerful approach to fat loss and body recomposition. What's interesting is that this philosophy isn't new. It closely reflects the Japanese way of living, less but better. Everything is refined for maximum effectiveness. No excess, no unnecessary complexity, only what truly matters remains. Have you ever wondered, what if you ate fewer meals yet your body performed better? What if you could burn fat faster, preserve muscle more effectively, and feel energized throughout the day simply by changing how you eat? OMAD is not just a weight loss method. It's a way to return your body to its natural design, where fat becomes the primary fuel source, hormones are optimized, and you're no longer controlled by hunger or unstable blood sugar. The Okinawan philosophy of Hara Hachi Bu, eating until you're just satisfied, aligns perfectly with this: control, awareness, and sustainability. You don't need to force yourself into extreme diets. You don't need to live in constant deprivation. You simply need to simplify, just as the Japanese have done for centuries. Disciplined, minimal, and consistent. And in this video, you'll discover 13 powerful benefits of OMAD, not only helping you burn deeper fat, but also build a leaner, sharper, and more sustainable physique over time. Before we dive into the main content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay with me on your journey to transforming your body smarter and more sustainably. 13 key benefits of OMAD. 1. Accelerates stubborn fat loss. You enter a state where your body finally starts doing what it was designed to do: burn fat for energy instead of constantly relying on incoming food. With OMAD, your fasting window is long enough for your body to switch into deep fat-burning mode, where long-stored fat is no longer protected but mobilized and used. This is the biggest difference. It's not just about eating less, it's about changing how your body uses energy. When insulin stays low for extended periods, fat breakdown is unlocked. You're no longer just burning the easy sources of energy, you start tapping into stubborn areas like the lower belly, hips, and thighs, places that were resistant despite previous dieting or training. That frustrating plateau that once killed your motivation begins to fade. OMAD creates an environment where your body is forced to adapt, and that adaptation works in your favor. Fat is no longer easily stored. It's continuously mobilized to meet your daily energy demands. With consistency, the changes become obvious. Your waistline tightens. Your lower belly becomes less resistant. Your body feels lighter, not weak, but leaner, more agile, and more defined. Another key point: OMAD helps you maintain this state daily. No constant snacking to interrupt fat burning. No repeated insulin spikes that confuse your body's energy selection. Everything becomes consistent, and that consistency drives real results. You don't need extreme workouts or drastic calorie cuts. Simply extend the right window, and your body naturally shifts into a more efficient fat-burning mode. That's how OMAD helps you break through plateaus, not by working harder, but by working smarter. 2. Optimizes fat-burning hormones. You're directly influencing the most powerful control system in your body, your hormones. With OMAD, you're not just changing how you eat, you're resetting your internal environment to favor fat loss while preserving muscle. During extended fasting, your body increases production of norepinephrine, a hormone that activates fat breakdown. This allows fat cells to open up and release stored energy for use throughout the day. You're no longer dependent on incoming sugar, you're running on your own reserves. At the same time, human growth hormone, or HGH, rises significantly. This is crucial because it allows you to burn fat while protecting lean muscle mass. Many people fear muscle loss when eating less, but when hormones are optimized, your body tends to preserve what's most valuable, muscle,
and eliminate excess fat. The combination of norepinephrine and HGH creates a unique state. You're not just losing weight, you're reshaping your body. Fat decreases, muscle is preserved or even enhanced, and your physique becomes leaner and more defined. This is what many people seek but struggle to achieve with traditional dieting. OMAD helps maintain hormonal stability over longer periods. No constant eating that spikes insulin up and down. No interruptions that confuse your body's energy system. Everything runs in one clear direction, prioritizing fat burning and muscle preservation. You'll feel the difference as your body adapts. More stable energy, better focus, and most importantly, visible changes in your physique, not just lighter, but tighter and stronger. You don't need complicated strategies. Put your body in the right conditions and your hormones will do the work. When your endocrine system is optimized, fat loss and muscle building are no longer separate goals. They happen simultaneously, naturally, and efficiently. 3. Enhances fasted training performance. You place your body in a state where every workout becomes more valuable. Training while fasted, when your body is ready to use fat as its primary fuel. No longer relying on your last meal, your body is forced to tap into stored energy, and that's when fat burning peaks. When glycogen is limited, your body shifts toward fat to sustain performance. This isn't weakness, it's adaptation. You begin to feel more stable energy without the spikes and crashes, without mid-workout fatigue. Your movements become sharper, more focused, more efficient. Your endurance improves noticeably. You can extend cardio sessions, sustain intensity during HIIT, and even maintain strong performance in weight training. It may feel unfamiliar at first, but as your body adapts, you'll become more resilient, more durable, and better at pacing yourself. The key is metabolic flexibility. You're no longer dependent on pre-workout meals. You can train in a lighter, more focused state, free from the distractions of digestion or heaviness. This is especially valuable if you want to optimize both time and performance. For cardio and HIIT, fat-burning efficiency increases significantly. For weight training, when paired with proper post-workout nutrition, you can still maintain and build muscle effectively. OMAD doesn't reduce training performance, it redefines how you fuel it. You'll notice the difference not just in calories burned, but in the quality of each session. Your body becomes leaner, more responsive, and every workout becomes more than just effort, it becomes optimization. You don't need more hours in the gym. You just need the right internal state, and your workouts will naturally become more effective. Number 4. Reduces cravings for sugar and junk food. You begin to control what once controlled you, cravings for sugar and junk food. With OMAD, your body is no longer driven by constant hunger signals. Ghrelin levels stabilize, and hunger no longer appears chaotically throughout the day. You'll notice a clear shift. Cravings for bubble tea, sweets, and processed foods don't hit as often. Not because you're forcing discipline, but because your body is no longer dependent on sugar as its primary fuel. Once adapted to fat burning, the need for quick carbs naturally decreases. Sugar addiction is largely biological, not just mental. Frequent meals, especially processed foods, create constant insulin spikes and crashes, triggering repeated hunger. OMAD breaks that cycle. You eat one nutrient-dense meal, and your body runs steadily for hours without needing constant refueling. Even your taste preferences begin to change. You start craving cleaner, more nutrient-dense foods. Quality protein, vegetables, and healthy fats become more appealing than greasy, sugary fast food. This isn't forced, it's a natural internal shift. You no longer feel out of control around food. No more overeating followed by regret. You eat with awareness, intention, and stop at the right time. This creates a massive advantage in fat loss and long-term maintenance. OMAD doesn't just make you eat less, it makes you eat right. When cravings are under control, you don't have to fight yourself every day. Everything becomes easier, clearer, and more sustainable. You don't rely on willpower to say no to sugar. You simply stop being controlled by it, and that's when you truly take back control of your body.
5. Improved insulin sensitivity, the key to lean muscle. You're optimizing a mechanism that directly determines whether your body stores fat or builds muscle. Insulin sensitivity. With OMAD, the extended fasting window keeps insulin low long enough for your body to reset how it responds to nutrients. Insulin becomes more efficient, and that completely changes how your body handles food after each meal. When you eat, nutrients are no longer poorly distributed. Protein and carbs are prioritized for your muscles, where they're actually needed for recovery and growth. Instead of being converted into stored fat, energy is used with purpose. That's the core difference between simply gaining weight and building a lean, defined physique. You'll notice your body responding better to the same amount of food. No need to overeat. No need for complicated meal splitting. One high-quality meal can be absorbed more efficiently, and that's when you start seeing real changes in the mirror and in your training performance. High insulin sensitivity creates the ideal environment for lean gains, building muscle without excess fat. You can get stronger, stay defined, and avoid the typical dirty bulk. Your muscles grow, but they stay sharp, not hidden under a layer of fat. Another major benefit is stability. No more constant blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave you tired or unfocused. Your body runs smoother, your energy stays steady, and hunger becomes easier to control. OMAD doesn't just help you lose fat, it creates an environment where every calorie you consume carries more value. You're eating to fuel your body, not to store excess. You don't need to eat more to build muscle, you need your body to use nutrients better. And when insulin is optimized, everything starts moving in the right direction. Leaner, stronger, and more defined.
6. Effortless calorie control. No counting required. You no longer have to live in a constant state of tracking numbers. Calorie control becomes simpler than ever. When you eat just one meal a day, you automatically eliminate many opportunities to overconsume without even realizing it. It's actually difficult to exceed your daily calorie needs in a single meal unless you intentionally overeat. That's completely different from eating multiple times a day, where small extras can easily push you over the limit. OMAD narrows your eating window, and that restriction becomes a clear advantage. You also eliminate a silent progress killer, mindless snacking. Those small bites throughout the day, a sugary drink, a few snacks, casual eating just because, add up quickly. With a defined eating window, everything outside of it almost disappears. A calorie deficit begins to form naturally, without force. No logging, no complicated tracking apps. Your body still gets the nutrients it needs from your main meal, but your total daily intake stays more controlled. That's the foundation of sustainable fat loss. You'll also notice a shift in how you eat, more focused, more intentional, and more appreciative of your meal. Instead of grazing all day, you invest in quality. That not only helps control calories, but also improves your relationship with food. OMAD doesn't make you feel restricted, it frees you from the pressure of managing every small detail. No more constantly thinking about what to eat, how much, or when. Everything becomes clearer and easier to maintain. You don't need extreme discipline to lose weight. You need a system that makes overeating difficult. And once that system is in place, fat loss stops being a battle. It becomes the natural outcome of how you live. 7. Better digestion and gut health. You give your digestive system something it rarely gets: real rest. When it's no longer processing food non-stop all day, your stomach and intestines begin to function more naturally, more efficiently, and with less strain. OMAD creates long enough gaps for your body to clean house internally. The migrating motor complex, MMC, is activated, acting like a natural cleansing cycle for your gut. Leftover food particles, excess bacteria, and waste are cleared out, helping your digestive system run smoother and cleaner. You'll feel the difference. Less bloating, a lighter stomach, no more sluggishness after meals. No more lingering discomfort or heaviness that drains your focus and energy. Another key shift is how your body responds to food. With one meal, your digestive system operates in a more focused and efficient window. Enzymes are released at the right time, and nutrient absorption becomes more complete instead of being fragmented and interrupted by constant eating. You also reduce long-term stress on your gut. Fewer meals mean fewer digestive triggers, allowing your gut microbiome to stabilize. This doesn't just impact digestion, it affects your immunity and overall energy as well. OMAD isn't just about weight loss. It helps you build a digestive system that's lighter, stronger, and more efficient. When things run smoothly inside, you feel it in everything you do. You don't need endless supplements or complicated protocols. Give your body enough time between meals and it will do the work on its own. When your digestive system resets, you don't just feel lighter, you feel clearer, more energized, and more at ease in your own body.
8. Enhanced rebound anabolic effect after eating. You create a powerful bounce-back effect right after your meal, the rebound anabolic effect, where your body's ability to absorb and build is at its peak. After a sufficiently long fast, your body becomes primed to receive nutrients with exceptional efficiency. Every nutrient you consume at that moment carries greater value. Instead of processing excess and storing it, your body prioritizes sending nutrients where they're needed most. Protein goes toward muscle repair and growth. Glycogen is replenished for energy, and everything happens in a more focused, efficient way. Muscle protein synthesis is strongly activated after your main meal. This is when your body absorbs deeply, making the most of the protein you provide. If you've trained beforehand, the effect becomes even more pronounced. Your muscles aren't just preserved, they're set up to grow. You'll notice faster recovery, less soreness, quicker strength rebound, and more consistent performance in your next workouts. Instead of lingering fatigue, you feel ready for the next cycle. The key is concentration. Instead of spreading nutrients across multiple small meals, OMAD lets you channel everything into a single high-impact moment. That sends a clear signal to your body. It's time to recover and grow, not store. This effect is especially powerful if you want to lose fat while maintaining or gaining muscle. You don't need to eat constantly to support muscle growth. You need to eat at the right time, in the right way, with the right quality. OMAD doesn't disrupt muscle building. It reorganizes timing to make it more effective. When you understand and leverage this mechanism, every meal becomes more than fuel. It becomes a deliberate step toward a stronger, leaner, more balanced body.
9. Reduced water retention, a leaner, sharper look. You'll start to notice visible changes in your body, leaner, tighter, more defined, without that soft, water-retained look. With OMAD, insulin stays low for most of the day, and that leads to a key shift in how your body manages water. Lower insulin helps reduce subcutaneous water retention, so your body no longer looks bloated or puffy. You'll see the difference in the mirror: sharper lines, a tighter waist, and muscles becoming more visible even before significant weight loss. Feeling drier doesn't mean you're dehydrated. It means your body is holding water where it should, not under your skin. This gives you a firmer, more sculpted appearance. Subtle details, arm definition, abs, shoulders start to stand out more clearly. This effect becomes even more noticeable when combined with training. As fat decreases and excess water drops, your muscles are no longer hidden. You don't just get lighter, you look leaner in the truest sense, structured, defined, and athletic. Another key advantage is consistency. No more looking lean one day and bloated the next from salt, carbs, or frequent eating. Your body maintains balance better, with fewer fluctuations and more predictable shape. You'll feel more confident as these visual changes appear. You don't have to wait for dramatic weight loss to see results. Reducing water retention alone can make a significant difference. OMAD doesn't just help you lose fat, it helps reveal it. When excess water is stripped away, what you've been building starts to show. You don't need complicated cutting strategies to look defined. Control your hormones and your eating pattern, and your body will naturally become leaner, sharper, and more refined day by day. 10. Preserve and build lean muscle. You're not just building a lighter body. You're building one that's stronger, tighter, and more defined. OMAD doesn't make you lose muscle if you understand how it works. In fact, it creates the right conditions to preserve and even build muscle more intelligently. During fasting, your growth hormone, or HGH, levels rise significantly, helping protect lean muscle mass. Your body doesn't easily burn this valuable tissue. Instead, it shifts toward using fat as its primary fuel. The priority becomes clear: preserve muscle, burn fat. You'll start to notice the difference when your weight drops but your strength doesn't follow. In many cases, your performance stays the same or even improves. That's because your body becomes more efficient at using energy, no longer relying on constant eating to feed your muscles. When you do eat, your ability to absorb protein is heightened. After a fasting period, your body is primed to receive and utilize nutrients at a higher level. Protein isn't wasted. It's directed straight into recovery and muscle growth. Meal quality becomes more important than meal frequency. You don't need to split protein into multiple feedings throughout the day. What you need is one nutrient-dense, well-balanced meal, and your body will take care of the rest. Balance is key. OMAD doesn't turn you into someone who just loses weight. It helps you recomposition your body, leaner, more defined, while maintaining strength. Fat goes down, muscle stays, and your physique becomes sharper, not smaller. You don't need complicated diets to build muscle. You need to create an environment where your body is forced to protect and develop it. When hormones, nutrition, and timing align, the process becomes natural. You're not just losing fat, you're reshaping your body into something leaner, stronger, and more sustainable.
11. Stabilize and improve your metabolism. You're bringing your body back to a flexible, efficient state where your metabolism runs smoother and more effectively. When you stop eating all day long, your body escapes the constant digestion cycle where energy is used inefficiently. Eating small, frequent meals doesn't boost metabolism the way many people think. In fact, it keeps your body in a steady, incoming energy mode, reducing the need to tap into stored fat. With OMAD, the fasting window is long enough to force adaptation, and that's where metabolic flexibility begins. You'll notice a shift in how your body uses fuel. No longer dependent solely on glucose from food, your body learns to switch between carbs and fat depending on availability. That's the hallmark of a healthy metabolism, one that isn't stuck on a single energy source. OMAD also helps prevent metabolic slowdown. When you eat less but constantly, your body may reduce energy expenditure to adapt. But with clear fasting periods, your body understands it needs to mobilize stored energy to function. This keeps calorie burning more stable. You'll feel the difference in your daily energy. No more sudden crashes, no more sluggishness after meals. Your energy becomes steady, controlled, and easier to manage, helping you stay productive in both work and training. Consistency plays a major role. When you maintain a clear eating rhythm, your body resets its internal metabolic clock, leading to smoother daily function. You don't need hacks to boost your metabolism. You need to remove what's slowing it down. Put your body in the right conditions and it will naturally recalibrate toward efficiency. You're not just burning more energy, you're teaching your body how to use energy smarter. That's the foundation of long-term results. 12. All-day energy without the crashes. You begin to feel a steady, lasting energy from morning to night. No more midday crashes that drain your focus and leave you sluggish. With OMAD, your body no longer depends on constant energy intake, but instead taps into stored fuel more efficiently. Blood sugar stays stable, avoiding the spikes and crashes that come with frequent meals or high sugar intake.
This helps you maintain mental clarity, focus, and control throughout your day. You'll notice the biggest difference in the afternoon, a time that used to feel like a wall. The drowsiness fades, replaced by sustained alertness. You won't need to rely on coffee just to push through, because your body is now providing energy on its own. At this point, fat becomes your primary fuel source, and it's far more stable than sugar. No dramatic highs and lows, no roller coaster energy, just a steady, controlled flow that keeps you going. Another major shift is how light your body feels. No heaviness from constant eating, no digestive slowdown. You move more freely, think more clearly, and react faster when focus is required. OMAD doesn't just save you time, it reallocates your energy toward what actually matters. When your body isn't constantly processing food, more energy is available for both mental and physical performance. You don't need external stimulants to stay energized. You're tapping into your body's internal power source. And once your system adapts, you'll maintain consistent performance throughout the day. Not spikes and crashes, but steady control.
13. Reduce liver fat. You're directly impacting one of the most overlooked yet critical energy storage systems in your body, liver fat. With OMAD, insulin levels stay low for extended periods, forcing the liver to change how it operates. Instead of storing, the liver shifts into fat-burning mode to supply energy. The fat that has quietly accumulated begins to be mobilized and used. It's not a loud process, but its effects are powerful if you stay consistent. You're not just losing subcutaneous fat, you're clearing internal fat as well. As liver fat decreases, liver function improves. It processes nutrients more efficiently, filters excess substances better, and supports metabolic functions more smoothly. Your body starts to feel lighter from the inside. You'll notice it through more stable energy, better digestion, and the absence of that sluggish, heavy feeling. This becomes the foundation for both fat loss and long-term health. There's also a strong hormonal connection. As liver fat decreases, insulin sensitivity improves, unlocking a cascade of benefits for fat burning and weight control. Systems begin to support each other instead of working against you. OMAD isn't a temporary fix. It creates the conditions for your body to clean up and restore itself. No complex interventions needed, no excessive add-ons. Put your body in the right state, and the liver will do its job. You're not just changing how you look, you're improving how your body functions at its core. When liver fat is reduced, the entire system becomes more efficient. You may not see your liver, but you'll see the results. A leaner, lighter, more fluid body. That's the sign things are moving in the right direction.
OMAD. Control how you eat. Control your body. You don't need a complicated method to change your body. You need an approach simple enough to sustain, yet powerful enough to make a real difference. OMAD sits right at that intersection. When you look back on the journey, one thing becomes clear. You didn't just lose fat, you rewired how your body works. From hormones and energy to digestion and muscle building, everything begins moving in a more consistent, efficient direction. Less but better isn't just a way of eating, it's a way of living. You remove the excess, keep what matters, and focus on quality. That's also why many Japanese maintain a lean physique and long-term health. You're no longer trapped in the cycle of constant eating, no longer relying purely on willpower to stay in control. Your body begins to regulate, balance, and optimize itself when placed in the right conditions. What matters isn't how intensely you start, but how long you can stay consistent. OMAD gives you a clear, practical system. You don't need perfection, you need consistency. The body you want doesn't come from extreme short-term changes. It comes from the right decisions repeated daily. Every time you stay consistent, your body shifts a little more. You can start today. No perfect timing needed. No over-preparation required. The moment you decide to control how you eat, you begin to control your body. And if you stay with it long enough, you won't just look leaner or stronger. You'll become more disciplined, more focused, and more in control of yourself. That's the real power of OMAD.